Hello and welcome to episode number, I think, 4 of Jonathan Kendall Art Explained ONOJK123. And last time we left off on Red White Twist. So now we're going to go up to Tiny Expanse. This is on deviantart.com/ONOJK123. That's my online gallery where you can see all the art I've made over the past 8 or so, 9 years, 8 years. So now I'll click on Tiny Expanse, kind of a play on words. So I used a tool that creates lines radiating from the center, and it's really about perspective. I'm here with my wife Megan, who's going to be chiming in as well. And so we're looking here at this art here on the computer, and so this one's about like looking up, almost like you're looking up at the sun, and it has a center focal point right in the middle, and
looks like a forest looking up through the trees to me.
yeah, I'm gonna click on it, get a little bit more zoomed in. Yeah, so to me those look like strands of grass.
Oh yeah.
Almost like you're a tiny ant looking up at the sun. And of course the other part doesn't really fit that. But yeah, and I like the blue and the different blue colors, the cyan, the kind of contrast with the black and the dark.
Looks like it could go on forever.
Yeah, it's got this sort of onward gaze. So
There's a shadow.
it doesn't have any particular meaning to me. I think I was experimenting with the program, just kind of. I use a program called GIMP, which stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program, which is an open source tool. And well, I used to use Photoshop too. It's kind of what I started with, but I got tired of having to upgrade and all kinds of stuff, so I just stuck with GIMP. And I'm quite glad I did that. I'm quite happy with that piece of software. So we'll go on to the next one. Next one is The Brave, the Quiet, which is kind of like a mandala-ish type thing, where I would draw the lines. I don't really like this one too much because it's too scribbly. Like, this looks like I rushed it and I didn't pay attention too much.
Did you draw?
Yeah, I used a digital drawing pad, I can tell, but I didn't vary the length, the width of or anything. I just used the default settings. So it just today it doesn't do much for me looking back at this one. But it's an important step. I mean, you spend like an hour trying to create something and you learn about the program you're using. It's never wasted time. It's certainly not wasted time. And I probably thoroughly enjoyed making it. And it had therapeutic value. So that was The Brave, the Quiet. I had this thing with titling the pieces of art. The Profound, the Simple, which was just actually the same thing but in black and white. I couldn't decide whether to make it black and white or blue. I think the black and white one came out a little better.
Why did you name it that?
The Profound, the Simple, like, the experience of making it was profound. I mean, as an experience, I don't see how it's one of those things. It's like top 10 experiences in my life. Making art is definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Why is it simple?
it's simple because it's just a circle with a simple pattern overlay. And here, I zoomed in. So it's just a simple pattern in it, you know. It's profound because like the things in life that are simple make up the majority of life, and if they're appreciated, then you can appreciate most of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And I think that's profound. There's the passing by train. The profound, the simple, and then back after the train passes. This one I like. See if we get some more noise from the train. Slightly not the same as the title. So I do like this one. This is like one of the first photo manipulations I've done. I had I think it was at Alchemy Art Studio. They had a little figurine where you could draw forms and like put the figurine in different positions, and then you would draw the figure in that position. And so I stood it up and took a photo of it.
A human figure.
Yeah, human figure, but it was like made of wood and stuff. And you know, just to sharpen your skills, you're supposed to draw it. And so I took a photo and sketched some pattern that I filled up the entire thing. It looks like little strings, like holding it together.
Like a muscle.
Yeah, like a muscular or skeletal system, or some type of maybe even blood veins or something. But then there's this opposite figure on the other side, which is
Mirror image?
yeah, it's a mirror image, but I also made it opposite in color. So blue, this type of blue is just the opposite on the spectrum as that type of red and yellow. And the green you see there. And I did the same thing for my signature that I used to add onto art, just my initials. And slightly not the same. I just felt that was an appropriate title, like given the scene that was happening. It looks like they're quietly high-fiving each other as they walk away for some reason. Like they just had a weird argument, and they're like trying not to depart, but they're friends, but they're not. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyways. So, and this next one, Canopy. It's just trying to think where I took that photo. I didn't explain it. It's either in Virginia or in Pennsylvania. I'm thinking Virginia.
You're looking up at the tree?
Looking up at the tree. Actually, it might be Pennsylvania.
I love the colors.
Yeah. And when you zoom in, it actually gets a lot nicer. I mean, it's got some depth to it, and you can see the details. And the fact that it's all pink and red, and a little bit of blue or purple, and the fact that doesn't really detract from it. It's just sort of different.
It's like a sunset or something.
Yeah, sunset, but what is the pink? Why is it all pink and purple? Like, I think some people are afraid to use pink, and maybe I was afraid to use pink and purple, and so I was feeling bold. You know? I don't know. I don't have any problem using all kinds of colors, but there are certain colors that I feel like it's hard to represent in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't feel like it represents what you're doing or what you're up to. For any variety of reasons, really.
Do you find it hard to replicate nature or do photo manipulations of nature?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I take a photo, I'm going to change it, I should change a lot of it. Because otherwise, I'd just take a photo and leave it the way it is. And that's not really. I'm not much of a photographer as far as. I mean, I have some photographs in here. But if I'm going to make a photo manipulation, I want it to be totally different than a regular photo. So this next one, I know immediately what it represents. It's called synthesis. And what it represents is high energy, or like almost like a mania type thing.
Were you...
I might have been manic. I don't know when I made this. I'm not sure. Or like...
Is this partly drawn, or is it all on the computer?
I drew part of it. I used the tool, the line tool, supernova tool, and I don't know. I actually don't know what the tool's called. Something to do with Nova. I think it's called Nova.
So what about this piece represents mania?
Well, it's like a spiral. Like, it draws you to the center and spirals from the center. Everything is expanding outward with energy, and it's got this gray and white and red, like a warning. It's like a warning spiral with high energy. Yeah. But like artistically, I don't think it has much value as far as aesthetics go. This next one is a cuttlefish. I remember there was a book that's just like how to draw things, and in there was a cuttlefish. So I tried to draw it myself with a digital pad, but I kind of...
It's not a lobster?
No, it's a cuttlefish. But this, I would have done the coloring different. Hard to see.
But you manipulated it after you scanned it in?
Yeah, I did. I didn't scan it. I drew it with my digital pad.
Oh.
But
Wow.
it was kind of like the quality of it was just following the lines exactly. Basically, I didn't like draw it from freehand. So it's not... I wouldn't do that these days. I was just practicing with the digital drawing pad, seeing what I could do. And I have it there on a white background.
That's pretty amazing. You did that with a digital pad.
Yeah. Well, I feel like once you get the shape of something right, I think everything else is easy. It's getting the shape that's the difficult part for me. Like texture and color. Well, one thing is, I don't agree with my color choice here.
Why?
Dark red, dark this, dark that. There's no way to see what's happening. It's like a black hole.
You mostly work with bright colors.
I like contrast. I like being able to see bright colors, like, against dark colors, so I can see what's happening. So this one's called Surprise Swordfish. It's out of the same book. Same book that I drew the cuttlefish out of. I drew this Surprise Swordfish.
Why surprised?
Because it has this look on his face, like, he's like, maybe anxious swordfish, I don't know.
Did you... So the background is drawn as well? Or lines.
Yeah, I drew all that, yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah. I like it. It's still a little dark around this, but it's pretty good. The next one's Tether. It's more of a doodle type art.
Is this one scanned in or digital?
We can see if we go in closer. I believe I drew that with a pen and scanned it in. But yeah, it looks like ballpoint pen. And then I mirrored it once.
That's really cool.
Or no, sorry, 4 times I mirrored it.
The detail.
Yeah. I probably drew this section right here with a ballpoint pen.
Do you remember what you were feeling when you made that?
Just regular. It's a regular doodle. It isn't as hard as some of the other drawings I've done, but probably just getting lost in drawing. And then this next piece is called Go. It's sort of a concept piece in that it conveys an idea.
But it's in the shape of a stop sign.
Yeah. Yeah. It says Go. And then this doodle I made just for it, maybe? Or is it from the other one? I can't remember.
It looks like the other one.
Yeah.
The center.
So I might have reused the other one. So it's stop sign that says Go. Which I think I've done in a figurative way in my life before. It's like the sign. You make a sign and it's a sign that represents your attitude in a given moment. And sometimes it's an unworkable attitude. Like, it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for anyone else.
And that's the stop sign?
Yeah. And you've made this sign that's going to confuse everyone and go against and fly against the rules. And it's a go sign. And it's shaped like a stop sign. So it's just trouble all around.
So the go is actually a negative?
Oh yeah, it's negative.
See, I interpreted it. See, if I didn't know that story, I was interpreting it as when your life or your body or
it says
obstacles
stop.
say stop, you go anyway.
No.
But it was actually a negative.
I meant like it's subverting the actual real stop sign.
Okay.
Yeah, sort of. In a way. The next one's called Wash. I think it's an appropriate title. Like wash, like I just all washed out. Like I was just doing some experiment. This is another one where I was just finding out how to use the software. So
I like the flowiness.
the flow, yeah. And then I broke it into little pieces, and it's like a puzzle almost, or something you put together. They don't look like puzzle pieces, but next one's Sand Superstition, which is a fancy title. I don't feel like it really represents that. Sometimes the title eclipses the art.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. What figure's in the middle there?
No figure. It's just this. I don't know. Some stuff.
It's like a bird or something.
No, I think it's like an X. It goes from here to here. It does look like a bird. It's that same one with the grass.
Yeah.
The reaching up, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or something. And then this one I really don't like. It's called Egg. I
like it.
I was running out of ideas.
But I like it. It's really pretty.
Yeah. It's too. I find it like I like it now about more, but at the time my ambitions were greater than.
But what were you trying to do?
I don't know, something good, but but I was imagining much more than actually got produced.
More what? Detail, more color, more what?
More everything. Sometimes I want my art to be like so.
See,
more.
I look at that and it looks very elegant and beautiful.
Mm-hmm. This one I like. It's called "To Be With." Like to be with someone in a conversation, to be with your dog when you're on a walk, to be with yourself when you're looking at the sun at sunset. To be with, like those type of to be with. Yeah.
What about this picture represents that sentiment?
It's gentle. It's loving. It's kind. It's blue and purple and swirly into the middle. It's like getting lost in someone's company.
Mm.
You know.
Uh-huh.
This next one is kind of scary. It's called Mask.
That is scary.
Yeah. It just came out that way, and it was so impactful at the time that I just left it like that. I actually had one that was like a totem pole of a bunch of different ones like that.
Oh.
Which was very scary.
You got rid of it?
Yeah. Somebody said that scared them, so I got rid of it or something. This next one's called Winding Relic. Can't really see what's going on very much.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
But when you zoom in, it's got brightness.
Yeah.
Parts.
And it's got some, like, in the middle, some white stuff which just, like, looks like it doesn't belong there to me now. Like, I was exploring techniques, but I didn't know how to clean up the lines at this point.
It does look a little chaotic.
Yeah. Winding Relic. Yeah. And I know how I would fix that now. Once you have the lines separate in its own layer, you could colorize that whole layer black.
Mm-hmm.
And it would get rid of this. It's just stuff you learn along the way. And now we're on the next page. Let's see here. Go to the bottom of the page. This is Self-Portrait 2. So this is the second self-portrait I did.
I like it.
Yeah.
But you look so serious.
Yeah, I was into the whole serious self-portrait thing.
Did you intentionally make one eye darker than the other?
No, not much about it is that intentional, except for the fact that it's red, maybe.
Why is that intentional?
That conveys the emotion of, like, seriousness.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess it's just if you identify with the color and choose it as the whole color scheme for the whole thing, it somehow represents an emotion to you or some type of experience.
Would you remember what you were feeling when you made this?
No. I mean, maybe just self-portrait, I guess. I always liked self-portraits. I just thought they were cool. Like when you see one of an artist in the past, and that's how they chose to depict themselves.
Yeah.
It's sort of interesting. This one's...
I wouldn't paint you red, though.
Yeah. I had a blue one earlier.
No.
This next one's called Orb Wave. I think this is one you really got to zoom into. Yeah, see, it's this massive swirl.
Looks like it belongs in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, some type of creature's gonna pop out of the middle.
Or it's an eyeball of an
Eyeball,
creature.
yeah. I forget the name of the creature in that movie. um, red, blue, yeah, I like it. It's kind of like working up to some other pieces. I like the energy and the flow of the lines and the swirliness of it. Let's see. The firm, the kind. And going back to that naming scheme. The firm, the kind. This is like a perspective piece. Like everything vanishes to the middle. A single point perspective.
I like this one.
Yeah, I like it too. It's very energetic.
Is this one also partly drawn?
Yeah, hand drew the pattern that's woven into there. Yeah, this looks like it's bursting, like total with faces here and like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just some symmetry. Looks like this bursting.
Another red piece.
Yeah, red. I guess red was my choice. There, yeah. And there's another. This one, I strictly just went with maximum hue as the title because I just turned up the hue as much as I possibly could. So it
I
burns.
like the black going through it.
Yeah.
Squiggly lines.
So it's just one of these ones that burns your eyeballs.
Oh, is this the same as the previous one, but a different?
Similar? I'm not sure.
Because
It's
the middle
same.
is the same.
Yeah.
But only.
Probably reused some element of it. Surprise Swordfish 2. I felt the need to redo it. So, same thing, just the background is a little different. I think it adds a little bit to it, but I would have done it differently today.
Stands out more.
Yeah, it stands out more, but I don't know if it was worth the whole redo of the whole thing. Color swirl. This is the first kind of like super mega swirl type thing.
It's like a whirlpool.
Yeah, whirlpool goes into the middle.
Lava.
Yeah, it looks like paint mixing and like swirling and yeah. The swirls are simple, but they can be quite beautiful and aesthetic. Here's the train again.
Like every moment.
This one's called Brink.
Like to the brink.
To the brink, yes.
Oh, that's really cool when you zoom in.
Yeah, it's one of these ones you gotta look at it closer. It's basically combining the Nova lines with the swirl and hand-drawn patterns together. Trying to work with colors.
What exactly is a nova line?
It's like the ones that go from the center outwards like this. Nova line. I use the Nova tool, I think that's what it's called. And it creates spaced lines that emanate from the center.
How did you make that center?
The middle one, I mirrored it. I hand drew it and mirrored it. I don't know if I hand drew it, but it was a process, using various tools in the software. I don't remember exactly how I did that. Looks like a photo manipulation underneath it. Okay. Now I'm onto Frog. The title is Frog. I like this one, but it's got like a overly done. It's like crispy critter or something. I don't know. Frog.
Why do you say that?
Just overly done.
Oh, like the colors?
Looks smudged. Like everything's smudged. Yeah. It's like I was trying to get this look, and I just went too far with the process. The next one's Pond, where I took a different, like totally different approach. I remember making this one, however long ago I made it. It kind of looks like turtles, like
Oh, yeah.
in a pond with a jewel in the center, all swimming around it.
You remember making that one?
Yeah. Because I had the most unusual perspective. Like, sometimes you feel like when you make art, like, you're not doing the same thing. You're not doing the same thing you always do. You're doing something different, and you set out to do something different.
But all of your art looks so different.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean the experience of making it's always that different, you know?
Mm.
Like, some pieces are similar to create, but different to look at. This is one with photo manipulation. About letting go of a butterfly.
Cold release.
Yeah.
I like that image.
Yeah, it's this hand. I like the hand.
What's in the top right corner?
It's supposed to be butterflies going towards.
Wow.
It's kind of an ambiguous thing. Like, it doesn't really, not really anything, and maybe a flower, maybe a, I don't know.
I do like the hand too. And you can almost see the air moving from the butterfly wings. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a
fly
powder
away.
coming off the butterfly or something. Yeah, I was trying to create the smoky effect. And back then I was into that.
That one's really cool.
Yeah, I like the hand especially in that one. The next one is lion, because it just resembles a lion.
In what way?
Well,
The
let's see
mane?
here. Eyes,
Oh, I
mouth, and then mane. Yeah, it's all mane after that.
see. The nose.
The nose, yeah.
That's really cool. But were you going for that, or did it just work out that way?
It just worked out that way. Rarely do I actually go for some shape like that. Oh, I have a couple times. The next one is Turtle in the Sea. I like these stripy lines that I made to go with the turtle.
Yeah.
It conveys emotion and
It
waviness.
It looks like he's swimming.
Yeah, he's angry. Turtle. I hand drew that turtle based on a picture or photograph I was looking at. And then I filled it in with these little details. This one I like a lot. Polar bear. This is a photo manipulation of a toy. So it was a toy polar bear,
Oh, wow.
and I changed it into this sort of figure with a pattern and different blues and all kinds of stuff. I like how the background just melts into the pattern.
Right, there aren't
Yeah.
definitive lines on the outside.
Right. And pup. This was a dog at the All Riders Up organization where I volunteered at. And I snapped a photo. He was waiting for a treat or something.
Oh.
And let's see if we zoom in.
His eyes.
His eyes, yeah. It's all about his eyes there. And he's looking up. Yeah.
You went for black and white on this one.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. Maybe it fit that picture at the time. The next one's called Feed Me. I was eating lunch with my dad, and this little bird landed next to us, and I took a photo.
Wow, it stayed still long enough for you to take a
Yeah,
photo.
it did. It was quite interested in what we were eating.
That is so cute.
Yeah, it's just that this bird was so, like, happy to be near food. So that's why I named it Feed Me.
Did you feed it?
I think so. I probably did. Either mistakenly or on purpose. I don't know which.
It looks like a fat bird, too.
Yeah. And the next one is Great Falls Park, Virginia side. This is before I moved to California.
I really like how you did that one.
Yeah. That's Great Falls Park is...
It looks like a photo, but yet...
It is a regular photo.
Oh, this one is not manipulated.
No, it's not manipulated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful photo you took.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll just put a regular photo in there. If I feel like they don't want to add anything to it by doing a photo manipulation. This one is a flower. It's called, let's see, what did I name it? Wildflower, Great Falls Park. I remember that walk. It's a nice walk. If you ever go to the Great Falls Park in Langley, Virginia, it's quite nice. Great Falls. And then there's this woodpecker.
This one you did manipulate.
Yeah, I did. One, I took the photo and it wasn't quite a really good photo, so I decided to make it a manipulation.
I like how it looks like paper burned in the top left.
Yeah, those little dots.
No, like the corner. It looks like it caught on fire.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the...
Our dog
very
is wheezing. Dog makes noises from time to time. Yeah, so that was the woodpecker. This one is moving well. I did manipulate this one slightly.
Oh, wow.
I added blue to the center. I just felt like it would create more of a feeling of water rushing and
That's really cool.
foaming water and air and coldness and yeah. This one is at the same park, crow.
I've always loved this one.
Yeah. The crow was at the top of the branch, and I snapped a photo with the camera and made this photo manipulation of it.
What made you decide to take out all of the background?
I took out, everything. Well, I just wanted the crow to stand out. He's just looking up. That's his beak right there.
I love that.
He's just looking at the top of the branch.
It looks regal.
Yeah. The crow. And this is another wildflower. I like those wildflowers, I don't know.
Blue, bright blue.
Yeah.
Bright orange in the middle.
Right. Moving Water 2 is the same thing. The next one, I went to the Air and Space Museum in Chantilly, Virginia. I think it was Chantilly. And took a picture of this blackbird airplane. This is reconnaissance photo spy plane. It was fastest plane at the time that existed. It would go multiples of Mach very fast. I don't know that much about it actually, but I know as a kid I was very impressed with this concept of this airplane.
So you took a picture as an adult?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then there was another plane there it was an older airplane. I took a picture of it and made it red and blue and called it Old Airplane. But I actually took a lot of time, like, making sure this was cut out. I had to cut these little wires out and everything.
Oh, wow.
Like, so.
Very detailed.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably wouldn't do one like that today because I don't like trying to be so precise. Let's see here. We'll go with the next page. Another airplane. One called questionable, and we'll stop with self-portrait 3. That's the last one we'll talk about here.
Again, very serious.
Yeah, very serious. Black and white. Staring.
But very handsome.
I have my scientifically treated petroleum shirt on.
Nerd.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's a STP makes like engine oil filters and stuff. It's like kind of like this is ironic.
What? Oh. Now, is self-portrait, and the background is very complex, kind of chaotic. Is that representative of how you were feeling, or did you draw that background?
Yeah, I drew it. It just fit. It seemed like it fit. Like sometimes I feel like all this stuff's going on, and you're just in the middle of it, being like observing as an observer, and you're participating, but you don't always feel like you're part of everything.
You have a distant look on your face there, like observant, but distant.
Yeah.
You look kind of sad there.
That might have been sad. I don't know about what, but yeah. So that's where we're gonna end it. See you next time.